So what we have here, I just explained my mistake once again in the last class, the sum that I was doing. So minus 6x1 minus 2x1 will give you minus 8x1. This one was okay. Minus 4y1 and minus 4y1 will combine to give you a minus 8y1. Okay, and this is okay. The 9 plus 4, 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. So this is okay. Plus 8 is okay. So from here, I'll just change this a little bit. You can take minus 8 common. You get x1 plus y1 minus 1 equal to 0. That means you are getting x1 plus y1 minus 1 is equal to 0. That means you are getting x1 plus y1 is equal to 1. Call this our first equation. This is the correct equation that we are getting. Okay, now we shall use the second condition here. What is the second condition? We have already used this condition, AB is equal to BC, to get our first equation. That is this equation. Now we are going to use the fact that this square, this angle is in this square, this angle is 90 degree. This we are going to use this fact. And if this angle is 90 degree, then this triangle becomes your right angle triangle with AC as your hypotenuse. Okay. So we'll write in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, okay, you have AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay. Now we shall individually find what is AC, what is AB, and what is BC. So we have AC is equal to, let's write the coordinates of A and C first. So here A is, the coordinates of A here is 3, 2. Coordinates of A is 3, 2. And the coordinates of C here is minus 1, minus 2. You can check in the figure. Okay, so therefore AC here is root over of minus 1 minus 3 square plus minus 2 minus 2 square, which is root over of minus 4 square plus minus 4 square, which is root over of 16 plus 16, which is root 32. So if AC is root 32, therefore that means what is AC square? AC square must be 32. Okay. Now we proceed to find out AB. So here A is 3, 2, and the coordinates of B we have taken as x1, y1 clearly. Therefore, what is AB? This is your AB. That means AB square is x1 minus 3 square plus y1 minus 2 square. Squaring both sides, this is what you will get. Similarly,
Yes.
now we need to find BC. So B here is x1, y1, and C here is minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so therefore BC is root over of minus 1 minus x1 square plus minus 2 minus y1 square, which is square root of, you can take in under curly brackets, minus 1 plus x1 square plus and minus 2 plus y1 square, which is equal to root 1 plus x1 square plus 2 plus y1 square. Okay, that means what is BC square? Square both sides, the radical will get removed. 2 plus y1 square. So that's it. We have found all AC square, AB square and BC square. So now we'll just put it here. Just put it here. So again, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Put the values. AC square, we have already found out this to be 32, right? AC square. AB square, what have we found out? Which one is AB square? This is AB square. Put the value here. X1 minus 3 plus Y1 minus 2. Plus. Now BC square. BC square we have found out here. Okay, so we put the values. Now we'll simplify this and we'll try to get an equation here. The first condition AB is equal to BC give us an equation here. Equation number 1, right? This one. So this will also give us an equation. Let's see. Expand this. You have x1 square minus 6x1. Use a minus b whole square expansion plus 9 plus y1 square minus 4y1 plus 4 plus 1 plus x1 square plus 2x1 plus 4 plus y1 square plus 4y1. Okay, so these, that means 32 is equal to, now you have got 2x1 square, so this becomes 2x1 square. You have got 2y1 squares, so this combines to become 2y1 squares. Okay, you have got x1, you have got a minus 6x1 here and you have got a plus 2x1 here, so they combine to give you a minus 4x1, right? And you have got a 4y1 here plus 4y1 and you've got a minus 4y1, so they cancel off. Okay, no other y1s there. And what else is there? You have got a 9 here, you have got a 4 here, so, and you have got plus 1 here and you have got a plus 4 here. So 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 1, 14, 14 plus 4 is 18. Okay, so that is what we have. So 18 plus 18. Okay, that is what we are getting here. So let's simplify this. Let's see what happens. So you get twice x1, you can take 2 common, plus y1 square minus 2x1 plus 9 is equal to 32. That means x1 square plus y1 square minus 2x1 plus 9 is equal to 32 by 2. That means you get x1 square plus y1 square minus 2x1 plus 9 is equal to, this is 16, right? That means you get x1 square plus y1 square minus 2x1 plus 9 minus 16 is equal to 0. That means you get x1 square plus y1 square minus 2x1 minus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, so you have got this. You have got an equation, but the problem is this equation is in x and y. You only need an equation in x. So what will you do? You remove one of them. Okay, you know from 1 what do you have? From 1, what is the equation number 1 that we got? X1 plus y1 is equal to 1, right? So that means here what I can do is I can put y1 is equal to 1 minus x1. So therefore, putting in this x1 square plus, instead of y1, you put 1 minus x1 square minus 2x1 minus 7 is equal to 0. Now you simplify this. X1 square plus 1 plus x1 square minus 2x1 minus 2x1 minus 7 is equal to 0. That means x1 square plus x1 square becomes 2x1 square, minus 2x1 becomes minus 4x1, and plus 1 and minus 7 will give you a minus 6. Okay, equal to 0. Now from here again you can do 2 common, x1 square minus 2x1 minus 3 is equal to 0. That means you are getting x1 square minus 2x1 minus 3 is equal to 0. Now we solve this quadratic. X1 square, so you've got minus 3x1, you break this up as middle term as minus 3x1 plus x1. So you get x1 common, x1 minus 3 plus 1, x1 minus 3 equal to 0. So you're getting x1 minus 3 into x1 plus 1 is equal to 0. That means either x1 minus 3 is equal to 0 or x1 plus 1 is equal to 0. That means either x1 is equal to 3 or x1 is equal to minus 1. Okay, so you're getting two values of x1. Remember, now this is the main thing here. Now you might be wondering that if for x1, y1, if I'm working so hard, what will I do for x2, y2? Because see, I have two unknown vertices, right? For x1, y1, so long I have done all this. Then you will wonder that again I will do the same thing for x2, y2. Actually not required. That is why you have got two values of x1 and y1. Okay, how? I'll just show you. See, you're getting two values of x1 and y1. Now for x1 is equal to 3. What is the corresponding value of y1? You know that x1 plus y1 is equal to 1 from equation number 1, right? This is what we know from equation number 1. Sure. X1 plus y1 is equal to 1. Put the value and get the value of y1. 3 plus y1 is equal to 1. That means y1 is equal to 1 minus 3, which is minus 2, right? So for x1 is equal to 3, we are getting y1 is equal to minus 2. Next, for x1 is equal to minus 1, x1 plus y1 is equal to 1 again. That means put the value here. Okay, minus 1 plus y1 is equal to 1. That means y1 we are getting as 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so for x1 is equal to 3, we are getting y1 is equal to minus 2. For x1 is equal to minus 1, you're getting y1 is equal to 2. So therefore, what are the coordinates? So when x1 y1 is equal to 3 minus 2. Now this is the main game here. See, everything you have done in order to find x1 y1, so long steps you have done. You will wonder that for x2 y2 do we have to do the same thing? Actually not, because that is why you are getting two values of x1 and y1. See, for x1 is equal to 3, you're getting y1 is equal to minus 2. So when you are taking x1 y1 as 3 minus 2, then x2 y2 will be equal to this value, minus 1 2. And on the other way around, if you have x1 y1, if you have x1 y1 is equal to minus 1 2, then you will get x2 y2 is equal to the other value, that is this 3 minus 2. So whichever you take as the first, suppose you are taking this as your x1 y1, this will become your x2 y2. Okay, if you are taking this as your x1 y1, this will become your x2 y2. That is the entire concept here. Understood? So therefore, these are the unknown vertices. Although it felt like you'll be working double again, but actually we are not. Okay, so this was a fairly long problem. Okay, and that brings us to an end of this chapter also. You must have heard about average. Average is nothing but we call it as the mean. Roughly we call it as the average, but the accurate term is mean. Okay, so suppose if I want to find out the average marks of students in maths in your class. Okay, if I want to find out the average marks of students in your class, what do I do? What do you do in order to find out the average? You take the sum of all the marks and divide it by the number of students, right? Anyone who does not know how to do this average, tell me. Just tell me if anyone doesn't know how to calculate this average. Anyone? All of you know how to calculate averages? Suppose I want to find out the mean age of the students in your class. Then I'll take the age of each of you and I will add them up and I will divide by the number of students in the class. So therefore, the formula for mean is equal to sum of all the observations divided by total number of observations. That is what the formula for mean is. Okay. In mathematically, suppose if the ages of students, let's say marks of students, suppose let the observations be x1, that is roll number 1 got x1 marks, roll number 2 got x2 marks, roll number 3 got x3 marks, and so on. The nth student in this way say got xn marks. Okay, now whether it be 50 students, it will be x50, it is 60 students, it should be x60, whatever. Okay, so if these are the marks, x1, roll number 1 got x1, roll number 2 got x2, and so on, then the mean marks is denoted by x bar is equal to sum of the observations divided by total number of how many observations are we taking? We are taking n number of observations. So that is why we divide this by n. Mathematically, this is how we write. Now, a more advanced notation is denoted as the sigma notation. Now, what is the sigma notation? Just understand this. Sigma notation is sigma means summation, and we write sigma in this manner. Sigma, this is capital sigma. There is another sigma which is written like this. This is called the small sigma, which we are not interested in right now. Okay, but this is the capital sigma. in this sigma, you see that the variable is x, only the subscript is changing, right? 3 4. So what you do here is you write this as summation x. Summation, this summation means plus. That means we are adding all the x's. This summation means that we are adding all the x's, and we give a small I here because of the subscript. Your subscript are 1 2 3 4 and continues till n, and we give the limit here, that is from what the
उस
value of
दिन में तो
I
चिकन दिया था
starts,
कि खाया नहीं, 2 पीस लोग
and
रख ही दिया, बोला नहीं ये लोग को दे दो.
for what value the I starts. So I starts from 1, from x1, and I finishes at n. So I is equal to 1 to n. Sometimes we write I is equal to n also. Xi divided by n. Okay, this is the notation for sigma. Those of you who are doing computers, they will be able to interpret this a little more better. So sigma, remember, means plus. Summation, this sigma denotes a summation. Denotes a plus. Summation, sigma, summation of what? Summation of all these x's. Okay. And summation of all these x's means this x here, we give a subscript. When we are using a sigma notation, we give a subscript here, I, for for the subscripts. And we also specify what is the range. What is the range? From x1 we begin, so I is equal to 1, and we finish at I is equal to n. Sometimes we write only n. You can write I is equal to n also. Xi by n. A more convenient notation that I prefer is not including the subscripts. Okay. I prefer this notation. Summation x by n. No need to give the subscripts. Why give the subscripts? Subscripts, because I know what the value of the subscripts will be. If I know there are 50 students in the class, there have to be 50 students only. Why bother about the subscripts? Okay. If there has to be 63 students, then there will be 63 students. No need to bother about subscripts. Okay, unless each and every student I am picking individually. Suppose I want to pick a student, say of roll number 22, then I will pick x22. Then I will need the subscript. Otherwise, I don't need that subscript. So x can, uh, so that is why I give this notation, sigma x, because x can take any value. X can take either x1, x2, x3, x4, or xn. Okay, so that is what. So you can use this notation also. You can use this notation also. I prefer this notation. Okay, so anyone having any doubts about sigma notation? Because we are going to use this notation later on also. This is just the beginning of this. Okay, so let us start with the first problem here. Find the mean of the following observation. Now, deliberately, I have, in this problem, example number 1 here, the observations given are 8, 6, 10, 12, 1, 3, 4, 4. These are the observations given here. Now, deliberately, I have taken x1 is equal to 8 because we are starting with mean only. That is why I have used this notation. Later on, I'll be doing directly. X2 is equal to 6, and I have continued till how many observations? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 observations. So this continues till x8 is equal to 4. So each one I have taken x1, x2, and so on. So now I shall therefore what should be summation x? Addition, add all the observations. It is 8. Let's write this first. X1 plus x2 plus x3 plus, and this continues till x8. Add all the observations. So we'll get sigma x. So 8 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12, adding all the observations, plus 1, 3 plus 4 plus 4. Once you have added all the observations, you get 48. You get sigma x. So we have got the numerator of this. Okay. Now how many observations are there? Here n observations, 8 observations are there. Okay, so n is equal to 8. Hence mean, we denote mean by x bar is equal to summation x divided by n. Summation x we have got as 48 and n is 8. So this is, you cancel this, you get 6. So the mean of the observations here is 6. So this was a very basic sum in order to make you understand what mean is. Let us consider now example number 2. In this example, you have, the question here is find the mean of the first 7 odd prime numbers. What are the first 7 odd prime numbers? The first 7 odd prime numbers. Are, first odd prime number is 3, 2 is an even prime. 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. So we've got, yes, we've got 7. First 7 odd prime numbers. In fact, all prime numbers are odd. Only 2 is an even prime. Okay, so this is the first 7. You need to find out the mean of these. So again, same way, we assume that x1 is equal to 3, x2 is equal to 5, x3 is equal to 7, x4 is equal to 11, x5 is equal to 13, x6 is equal to 17, and x7 is equal to 19. Therefore, what is summation x or sigma x? Sigma x is the sum of the observations. Okay, add up. They add up to 75. Okay, so you've got the numerator. And you know what is n here? How many observations we are talking about? We're talking about 7 observations. So therefore, mean x bar is equal to summation x by n, which is 75 by 7, and which is 10.714. Okay, we move on to the next problem here, which is example number 3. The mean of 8 variates. Variates means relating to a variable. Okay, that means variable and variates, same thing. 8 variates. In statistics, we call a variable as a variate actually. The mean of 8 variates is 10.5. Okay, so what is given here? Given here, the mean is given to you. X bar is given to you as how much? 10.5. 8 variates. 8 variates, that means n is equal to 8. 8 variates, 8 observations. These two are given to you. If 7 of them are, so and among those 8, 7 are given to you. So I assume let x1 is equal to, what are the 7 observations? x1 is equal to 3, x2 is equal to 15, x3 is equal to 7, x4 is equal to 19, x5 is equal to 2, x6 is equal to 17, and x7 is equal to 8. These are the first 7 observations given. X8 is not given. The 8th observation is not given. So we have to find out that observation. So let us calculate sigma x. Sigma x here is x1 plus x2 plus x3, x4, x5, x6, and x7 and x8. So 3 plus 15 plus 7 plus 19 plus 2 plus 17 plus 8 plus x8. Okay, So these are your. So this comes to, you add up the numbers, it comes to 71, and only xi we don't know. So this is xi. The summation x we have got. N you know is 8. So we now use the formula for mean. So we know that mean x bar is equal to summation x by n. Put the values. For how much is the mean given to you here? 10.5. Summation x is 71 plus x8. And n here is 8. Now this is an equation. In x8, you just simply solve this equation. So this is 10.5 into 8 is equal to 71 plus x8. Cross multiplication. That means this is 71 plus x8 is equal to 10.5 into 8 is 114. That means x8 is 114 minus 71, which comes to 43. Okay, so this is your the third example. And the fourth example here, let me just start with the fourth example. I don't know whether I'll be able to finish. The fourth example here is the mean of 9 observations was found to be 35. So mean 9 observation is found, mean is 35. How many observations? 9 observations. Later on, it was detected that an observation 81 was misread as 18. It happens, human mistake. When we are taking the terms, actually you don't have 9 observations. Normally, when you are finding mean, you have crores and crores of information, crores and crores of numbers you have, and from that you have to find out the mean. So it is quite possible that you can make errors. But for some sake, they have given you 9 observations. So if 9 observations are there, one observation what happened was, instead of someone overlooked, it was actually 81, but he misread it as 18. Okay, and therefore definitely he'll get the wrong mean. Now the question here is, what should be the corrected mean? Okay, so I think I won't finish this today. I'll stop here for today.